Welcome to another episode of You Know Ball, brought to you by Playbook Sports. I'm your host, Anthony. To my right, I got my main man with the can.
I was going to say with a plan, but I like it.
I like plan probably sounded better. Philly Phil in the motherfucking bill. You already know how it goes. Phil, tell them what they need to do before we get started.
And no problem. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow to Playbook Sports HQ on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter.
Yeah.
And also Twitch, just in case, because we got them live streams coming in the future.
Yeah.
Just did a baseball live stream for the deadline.
Yes, sir.
And it was actually pretty fun to watch. I don't know too much about baseball, but I do like learning about it. So tune in when Joe is in.
When Joe? Oh, Joseph. I got you. Okay. Yeah, we definitely got to do something like that for the NBA deadline this year because that was a lot of fun. I was on the producer desk, but that was cool, man. Today we're going to be talking about 3 fantasy players that you should snipe in your fantasy drafts. This is obviously fantasy basketball. We have some fantasy football content coming out very shortly, so you can check us over on the hot seat for that. But yeah, this is all going off of ESPN's 2024-2025 rankings. So if you have a problem with like how these dudes are ranked, talk to ESPN, not me, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. But my third ranked player that I think is just a little low. I don't feel super high on. I mean, I feel high on him because he's a great. I feel high on him because he's a great player, obviously. But Jaylen Brown, I feel like, is such a fantasy league winner. Like, every year, Jaylen Brown, I feel like, is always the second, third best guy on the champions team. And he's ranked 41. So if you could take Jaylen Brown in the 4th round, end of the 3rd, early 4th, I think that's a steal. I would say Jaylen Brown could go as high as a 2nd-round pick in fantasy basketball. I think he's proven that he could have 25-point-per-game seasons, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. I think the main difference with Jaylen Brown, though, and a lot of these great basketball players is I know Jaylen Brown, the jokes about Jaylen Brown not having a left, obviously, but Jaylen Brown don't really turn the ball over that much. As far as, like, a star goes, like 2.4 turnovers a game is kind of like a low to average bar in the NBA right now. So, yeah, I mean, I'm rocking with him at 41. Phil, what do you think about that? Am I reaching there? You think he should go in that range?
Honestly, I did kind of feel a little weird that he was at 41, but then I was kind of like, at the same time, the way he was the way Curry was last year, because he pretty much is a scorer by heart, and with fantasy, you kind of want to go for those guys who can give you literally everything.
But I think
I'm not saying he can't like do that, but the way he plays, he's not like a high assist dude. He's not a high rebound guy. He can get you rebounds, but not like as high as other people above him, in my opinion. But the points are definitely going to be there. So if you're trying to get points, without a doubt, I think you should get them. But
I could see also he gives like roughly 2 stocks a game. I feel like that makes up for where else. Like he's not. I wouldn't say he's Curry in the sense where it's all scoring, because he does rebound the ball pretty well. I think last year, as far as like those rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, was a down year for him. If he could fit more in the role on that side of the ball, then that team is obviously the best team in basketball. But
that is true.
Could even be even more scary.
And he could be feeling a little bit more of a boost since he won Finals MVP. So you never know. So you might be right there, but I'm gonna be a little hesitant there.
A little hesitant. Okay, with my next guy, I feel like a lot of people might be hesitant by his name. But this guy, I'm telling you, I might be the most confident about this one. Josh Giddey is going to ball next year, bro. I'm telling you, right now in the Olympics, he's averaging a cool 17, 8, and 8. He's ranked at 111 under guys like Tyus Jones,
111,
Grayson Allen, Al Horford, and Austin Reeves, who you could argue maybe Austin Reeves is a better basketball player than him. But Austin Reeves is not going to give you the numbers Josh Giddey's going to give you next season. Like, I legit could see him going out there averaging 17, 8, and 8. Because if you look at his numbers before last season was a really down year for Josh Giddey. But the year before that, Josh Giddey averaged he averaged 17, 8, and 6. Still playing with Shea. Still playing with all the dudes you love on the Thunder, And now in Chicago, that team is a lot weaker. 17, 8, and 8, I think is realistic for him. Mm-hmm. I think he could even maybe hit a 20 spot. He definitely has to work on that jump shot. But other than that, like, his game is kind of nice. He's arguably, no, I'm not going to say arguably, but he's like probably a top 15 passer in the NBA right now. He could finish really well. Can't shoot once again, but for a guard, he's a great rebounder too, and that's how you win these fantasy games. You got to have those dudes that are going to get rebounds and assists, and he's just a stat pattern. And then you got that on your bench. You got that at 111, bro. Come on.
Are you talking about bench for fantasy? Or are you talking about bench?
Fantasy.
Okay,
He's starting for them.
He's starting.
Yeah, he's starting for them for sure.
But you know what? I do agree with that. 111 seems a little too low for him. I feel like he should be in like the 70s, maybe 60s range.
Yeah.
But I feel like the only reason why they got him low is because he's on a team with Kobe White.
That's
Zach
the only
LaVine.
thing that scares me.
They're probably just nervous about usage.
I think Levine's gonna go though, and let's say hypothetically Levine stays, Kobe White takes another step and averages something in the 20s next year. Josh Giddey's still gonna get those rebounds and assists.
Yeah.
Even if Josh Giddey averages lower like points, last year he averaged 12 with the Thunder. Let's say he averages 11. I don't think he's gonna get 8 and 8. I'm telling you, Josh Giddey will get 8 and 8 next year. 8 and 8 for Giddey for sure. So 12, 8 and 8 is still like a 60, 70 range. I think like high reaching, I would pick him in the 50s. That's reaching though. I think average should
fifth round pick.
Yeah, I say fifth round pick, Josh Giddey, and like probably average range, I'd say probably in the 60s, 70s, like you said. But if I'm like, I know I need to get him, I know someone's gonna take him later. Fuck yeah, I'd take Josh Giddey in that 50th range.
Okay, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. I don't know. I gotta keep him in the 60 range.
Yeah,
I gotta keep him there.
Okay, but still, he was at 111, so you're with me in that sense.
Yeah,
where
he's too low.
Yes,
he's way too low.
My number one guy though next season. They just lost Mikal Bridges, bro. Do not sleep on Cam Thomas, brother. Now, that's a dude who straight buckets, but at rank 109, bro, he averaged 23 points last year. His first 9 games of the season, let me see where I got this stat somewhere. Okay, so last season he started the season with 3 straight 30-point plus games, okay? Had 2 games that kind of hurt, and then he had a 27-point game and a 45-point game to start the year. And so imagine like what he could do without Mikal Bridges, because I do feel like they kind of forced the ball to Mikal. And Mikal's good and all that, but Cam Thomas, as far as scoring goes, is on a different level compared to Mikal Bridges, bro. So I think he should be more in like that Keldon Johnson range at like 75, 70s as well. But at 109 is 109. Dang. To me, that's ridiculous. He should not be in your like what's that, like 9th, 10th round. His second best scorer on his team is Cam Johnson, who's like mainly a catch and shooter. So it's not even like he's a bucket like that. Nick Claxton's going to be there to catch lobs. But they don't really have another guy. Like, remember last episode how I was talking about how funny it'd be if like DiVincenzo had his own team? Cam Thomas is probably a better on-the-ball scorer than DiVincenzo. That's how it's going to be next year, bro. This dude is literally going to be able to just do whatever the fuck he wants. He might average 30 next year. And I'm being so serious.
You know what? That might be the biggest sleeper pick ever. Because if you've seen the team, and I was making my standings list looking at every roster, and I was over here trying to guess what the hell their stinking starting 5 is going to be. That's how bad it is. So the fact that Cam Thomas, and also they're not going to trade him, the fact that he has a secured like spot, a secured role, and he has the green light to do whatever he wants, you got to pick him up. Like, you have to pick him up in fantasy. It's no debate. Like, if you think somebody's gonna take him like in the 6, maybe 7. Well, honestly, I'd say 7th round. I'd pick him up in the 7th round.
I don't think that's too bad.
I feel like there's some other players, but Cam Thomas is definitely some guy you gotta watch because Brooklyn has nobody on that team besides Nick Claxton.
Another sneaky dude on this team that I think is gonna take a leap is Jaylen Wilson. I think Jaylen Wilson is due for a big year next year. But Cam Thomas, I think, like you said he's not gonna get traded. I think he could, and I think that's the only reason that would hurt me. Because I could definitely see him being a deadline dude that's just hooping.
Oh, shoot, this is a 4th year. I forgot about that.
This is, I think, a year where, like, at the deadline, Cam Thomas is hooping, and a team's like, okay, like, we definitely could use this dude for our bench. You know, so that would be the only reason I'd say his stock hurts. But right now, today, starting on the Brooklyn Nets next to Dennis Schroeder, next to Dorian Finney-Smith, next to Cam Johnson, and next to Nicholas Claxton, like,
He's gonna score crazy.
You're telling me any of those dudes are waving off Cam Thomas? No way. There's no
Dennis,
fucking way.
with his attitude.
He might do it, but if I'm the coach, I'm saying, Dennis, sit the fuck down. Cam Thomas. We'll put Ben Simmons in there because we know his ass is scared to shoot. I want Cam Thomas shooting that hoe. So,
oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, those are my 3 players. You You got anything else you wanted to say about them?
No, I really like the Cam Thomas pool. I didn't look at that like that because I was a little more focused on other guys. But that's a good spot you got right there. That's a good spot.
Fuck yeah.
But like he said, man, don't sleep on Cam Thomas.
Fuck
Brooklyn
no.
Nets is his team. Cooper Flag sweepstakes.
Literally, Cam Thomas and Cooper Flag is gonna be a nasty.
That's
duo.
another reason why I don't think they'll trade him, bro. Like, why not get a? I don't know if he'll play the point guard or small forward, but just get a guy like that next to Cam Thomas.
You know why they would trade him? Because he might be winning them too many games, boy. You see a Cam Thomas 45 spot, that might scare him out of Cooper Flag.
They gonna trade him for stinging what's his name? They gonna trade him for like Malcolm Brogdon.
That would be so dumb. Yeah, let us know what you guys think at home. Let us know if you guys want more fantasy basketball content as well. I feel like drafts are slowly gonna start popping up soon, and let's be real, there's not a lot of good fantasy basketball content creators, and we could do that for you guys if you're interested in that. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow. Phil, tell them what else they need to run.
Hey, run the play, but also add us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, and also Twitch and YouTube live streams just in case. Got some more live streams coming to you.
Bow.
Boom.